I want you to really feel in transition, sit down, that the pelvis moves back in transition, okay? When you go up, you like to suck your pelvis underneath you, okay? We want to be in a position where it's going back, all right? So that gets into sequencing, right? When you go up, you're going to create space, okay? Then you're going to maintain space, then you're going to close space. If you're going up and you are sucking your pelvis underneath you, you're never going to be in a position where you can close space late. You have to throw out all your angles, right? So the feel is going to be that the pelvis moves back in transition. The hands don't pull down in front of you, okay? Leave them up, sit down, and then your rotation can get you in here while you're closing your space through impact. Does that make sense? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so come in here and grab this. Let's get you this drill. So put this stick underneath your arm here. We've done this drill before. Go up. Now leave that arm connected, and I want you to really feel in transition, sit down, that the pelvis moves back in transition, okay? Create that space between you and that golf ball. Go up for me. Sit down. Boom. Now, let's get you a golf ball. Try and do a little 3/4 swing here, where you really try and create that space through impact. Beautiful. With your backswing, you talk about how you come into the shanks a lot, okay? With your backswing, you take everything incredibly flat early, okay? But when you're doing that, you just straighten and completely lock out your right leg. I can tell it's locked, okay? And then after you get here, your first move to unlock is to go like this. So that's steepening the shaft, okay? Now, you keep it in a functional position where you can still hit a golf ball, but because of all your movements, you just get into impact and just try and chuck everything with your hands through impact, right? That's your movement through strike. There's no usage of the body. There's no turn. It's all hands, okay? Because of your first movement out of that backswing. Now, if you lock this leg, you can't make an athletic movement. You're just here. You're not going to go like this. You're going to just crunch everything down way too far, and that's going to cause that initial pull down and pull out move, okay? So I want to start by segmenting up what your backswing does, okay? So I want you to get into a position where you feel you do get turn here, but I want to be very aware. I still want the leg to straighten some, okay? When it straightens, that's going to push the hip back, and that's going to allow us to get more turn. But I'm going to keep you more locked in place early, so we start to feel. When we set up, we have the knee bend, right? I'm going to have you keep that knee bend in the beginning of your transition to try and get the club coming up more vertical, okay? And then from there, we're going to try and get you into a transition piece where the club falls behind you. So we're still going to get the leg to extend. We're just going to do it later, and we're going to try and keep it short of locking. So I'll put you in like freezer territory, okay? So we'll go from P1 to P2. Now nothing's moving here. My hands are pretty much on toe line, okay? The shaft is on toe line as well. I'm in a good position. I just turn that with my chest. Then from here, we'll feel everything extends, but while we're getting that extension piece and the right hip pushing back, we're going to feel lift in our hands. So come on in here real quick. Let's build that feel. Okay, so set up. Now, feel this stays locked into place early. All we're going to do is turn our hips, our chest, I'm sorry. So you see that chest turn there? Okay, now I want you to feel you're going to push that leg back, but don't lock it out, and then feel an upward component in our backswing. Okay, right there. That's good. Let's see you put it together. Okay, first piece, P2, there you go. Now, crank and turn. Cool, so that leg's not locked out anymore. It's extended, but it's not locked, right? That's the piece we're looking for. So go P2, go up and turn. Beautiful. Okay, so what you're going to feel is you're going to go to P2, and then everything's going to start hinging up, okay? Now we want to be real careful when we're starting to get this hinge in your wrist, okay? We want to feel that lead wrist stays more neutral, right? So this is radial deviation when the wrist is hinging up, okay? And this would be extension of the lead wrist, and this would be flexion of the lead wrist, right? We want it to stay in here neutral, Okay, so the club face starts to stay square.
Just to confirm, I'm going that way, am I?
No, you just keep taking it and rolling it this way without any of that hinge early on. Okay, we're trying to get a little bit more of that radial in your golf swing. Okay,
should I hold that less tight, or is that?
You're holding it fine. You just don't have. I love your grip.
Right.
You just, I mean, it feels natural when I'm doing this, right? That's an easy hinge. So we don't need to change that dynamic. We just need to feel that little bit there without going into this extension of the lead wrist, right?
Keeping that, I need to
look at this club face.
This wrist.
If you start extending it, what's it doing? It's opening it, right?
Yeah. Which is extending it, right.
Yeah. If you keep it really flexed, it closes it. So we just went it in here neutral. That would actually be square if I were to just rotate on this. See?
Right.
Boom. That's dead square. So that's the position we're trying to feel when we get that hinge up. There you go. Good.
Right.
Go back to P2.
So I just need to concentrate on keeping that wrist straight.
Yeah, I feel confident.
Too much when I'm listening at radio, and I get confused, mate.
Don't keep that straight, but you need up.
Okay.
Okay. So you need an upward component there. There you go, with keeping it as flat as you can. So right there. Right there. Okay. Perfect.
So I need to
That's
keep
the feel.
Line straight.
Yep. You're doing good with your leg. There you go. Beautiful.
Right. Okay.
That's the feel that I want you to have, leaving this for keeping that face under control.
Am I still stopped?
Hey guys, if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I come out with new content every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Thanks a lot, guys.